Hi everyone, and welcome to yet another live stream. My hair is looking a bit funky because I crimped it and I teased it, and I got some remnants of my makeup on, and yeah, I'm gonna craft a little bit. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna craft, but I feel like making something. We'll see what happens. I'm probably I feel like making a cool necklace. So I'm gonna make a necklace today in my live stream, and I'm gonna quickly promote that I'm live. Let me see. This is something that I always forget to do, is like post on social media that I am live. So a lot of people have been messaging me lately like, I missed your live stream, could you please announce it? So that's what I'm doing. I'm using my trusty tablet. Gonna take a picture of this shit. Well, not shit, but like, just make sure that I have something. I'm live on YouTube, and there's someone here. Hooray! It's Jossie. Hi, Jossie. How was your day? I saw you had a super cool photo shoot. I saw that headdress, and I'm hella impressed. That looks so good, and I can't wait for the final pictures of your shoot that you're gonna post. I'm really looking forward to those. Um, And since you also make jewelry, this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna put you guys a little bit more backwards. I'm not gonna be able to type, but you guys will be able to see the table that I'm working on. And I actually should be taking something to protect the table, so I'm quickly gonna do that. And I am using a blanket to get my feet warm. Something protective for the table so I don't destroy it. Oh, this blanket has really been my savior these past few days. It's getting colder here, and I'm just like, I don't like the cold. And I have been working, because some of you had requested it, on a headpiece, but I'm not sure how I feel about it. Because I'm not sure how to, well, I can wear them, of course, but like, I'm not sure how it would work after that. And there's Desi. Hi, Desi. Welcome to my live stream. I'm going to be crafting a little bit today. I made this head chain. Well, it doesn't really fit over my teased hair. If I would not have teased hair, um, it would fit a lot better. But it's basically a head chain thingy that I made. It looks super weird over my teased hair. On flatter hair, it would look a lot better. But it's the first time that I work with gold pieces. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. If I should put it up for sale or not. Um, I'm not sure if you guys can see it. It has this really nice red gemstone setting thing, and then I used almost the same red beads to accentuate it and drop it, etc. And it's all made with golden chain. And gold is usually not my color, but because I had this red gem in a gold setting, I decided to use gold. And I had some gold pieces left over from another project, so yeah. But I think today that I'm gonna be making a necklace, something cool to wear for one of my videos. So yeah, if you guys have any ideas for me or any things that you want to see me work with, yeah, just let me know. I have way too many supplies, as everyone who makes crafts, I think. But yeah, we're gonna see what happens. If I make a necklace, it's gonna be a black one. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make a big one or a small one. I have both cameo settings. Let me check. I think I might make a big one or a small one. I'm not sure. Yes, and Jossie, you can definitely come and craft with me once you're settled in a bit more here. I love crafting, and I think it's a great thing to do if you have friends who craft as well, because you can bounce off ideas against each other, and that's so much fun always. Quickly checking what other cabochons I have to work with, but I think I'm gonna go for one of those resin skulls that I have. Whoops, I'm gonna try and make you see what I have here. Ah, it's over. Throw them in here. So I think this, yes, this is the bat skull, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a resin baticle on a black setting. I weather and age these myself because it's super easy to do. Then I'm going to use this black setting, this black frame to put it in. And then we're going to see what happens with the rest of that project. I also have a bunch of really nice bigger beads that I want to work with more. So I'm going to just pull out some of these bones. I still have bones to make necklaces with. There's nothing here really that sparks my interest right now. Let's see here. And thank you for being excited about what I'm gonna make. I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna keep it all black or if I'm gonna combine another color into it. But this is basically the box that has like all of my cabochons and spikes and like bigger beads and this really nice huge bird skull that I would really like to make in a sort of headpiece, but I've never made a headpiece before, so I'm really afraid I'm gonna fuck it up. So I'm not making that yet, but I would love to one day make a super cool headpiece out of that. Let me check here. These are all silver findings, and I want to make something black. So I'm gonna keep this box aside as well today. And now we get to the fun box. It's the bead box, in which I keep all of my beads. So I have black ones, an entire row of black beads here, more black beads, black lava beads. Then I have an assortment of bluish green beads that I used to make Amy Necrotique's necklace. I have a bunch left over from that project and they are super gorgeous. Maybe I could combine some of these with black ones. That might work out. Also blue ones that I got for a project, a lot of purple ones, and there's a lot of different purple ones in here. So I have smaller ones, bigger ones, a bit brighter ones, less bright ones, and then here I have 3 things of red beads as well, like teardrop beads, glass beads, and then the beads that I use for the nose ear chains, which are like round 4mm beads. And here in the middle is actually all of the already finished things that I made during past live streams, etc. So it's kind of like a backup for when I have a lot of Etsy orders, etc. I might have some pre-made things here. I have some unique pieces in here as well. A necklace that I'm not sure if I ever posted it online. It's, hold on. It's a necklace with velvet choker and then a really nice big cross. It's one of the prettiest crosses I have. I'm trying to detangle it, but it's not working with me today. Like this. So it's a cross velvet choker, and then it has this layer of chain. And when you wear it, it actually falls super nicely, but I'm not sure if I ever took pictures of it. But it's one of my personal favorite pieces that I still have here. I might just claim it for my own collection. It's what happens a lot of the time is that I make necklaces, I put them up for sale, and if they don't sell, then I just keep them in my own collection, which happens quite a lot. So I'm going to be working with a bunch of these greenish beads, and then I'm going to work with black beads as well. So I'm just going to grab a bunch of black beads already. I have several sizes, and I'm not sure yet which ones I'm exactly going to use. So I'm just grabbing a bunch of them and putting them here. And then, of course, my box of black findings. So I have both my gold and my black findings in a tinier box because I don't have as many of those. And I'm not sure if I still have a green drop bead or not. Let me quickly check. Oh, yes, I do. Ooh, I have a bunch of those. That might work out really well, actually. Let's see. Black one. So what have you guys been up to this weekend? Have you done anything fun already, or do you still have plans to do something? Is there anything special going on where you live? Here, it's been a pretty chill weekend. I actually spent most of my time today figuring out manual mode on my camera. I used to know how to shoot on manual mode, but it was like years ago when I still had photography classes at school. And then now that I'm filming more and more for my YouTube channel with my DSLR, I wanted to try to see if I could work with those manual settings as well. And actually, it worked out super well. So I'm excited. I'm excited about the video that I made today. That will hopefully, if everything works well while editing, will be up next week on Friday. If editing doesn't go well, then I think I'll have to rush the editing because I don't really have a backup plan. But that's fine. I'll figure it out as I go. And yes, Jossie had a very awesome shoot today. She posted a teaser picture on Facebook, and it looks super gorgeous. Yes, yeah. Now you have to start packing to come to Belgium because Belgium is awesome. I'm really looking forward to having like more alternative people here in Belgium. It's a small community, so it's cool if you have more. Let's see how this works together. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use the bat skull after all, because I don't think it fits with green so much. I might just check if I have something else that fits the green team a bit more. But yeah, I'm just using pliers and stuff, findings to make jewelry. If you have any questions at all about what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, feel free to ask. That's why I'm doing these live streams. So people can ask questions if they feel the need, or just talk to me. That's also fine, of course. Oops. And see if I have something that's gonna fit better with the greens. Let's dig these out. Black and white, black and white, black and red. If I make a smaller necklace, I could use one of these black roses. They are super pretty. So it's just really, I'm not sure if you can see it super well, but it's a black rose, like 3D cabochon. It's all black, but I could paint it a little bit green on it. I think I'm gonna use that one instead. Let me check. Yes, I still have cabochons. So I'm gonna put this big one aside for another project. Let's see if I have any green leaves in here still. I don't think so. No. Only gray and red ones. So since I'm going to be working with something a bit smaller, I'm going to quickly check if it still matches the style of necklace that I want to create. Yes, I think it fits. I think that's going to be cool. Okay. So yeah, now we're just going to put beads onto little pieces of metal. And I still have some left from the last time that I worked with these green beads and black beads, of course. So I'm going to see what I can use again. I think it's a lot of silver finally in there. There's a few smaller black beads that still have like darker metal findings in them, which is awesome because that's what I want to use. And all the others are bright metals. Okay. And probably after this video, I'm gonna continue working on some video projects. I have lots of things that I want to film for my channel, and now that I finally have kind of the quality of image that I want for my channel, due to experimenting with manual mode, I think I'm finally going to be able to make a bunch of projects that I've really been wanting to make. So I'm super, super stoked about that. I always like to sort my beads. Like if I have different types of beads together, I will always start sorting them before I actually start working on my project. Because it annoys me a lot if I'm working on something and then suddenly I realize I have the wrong size beads or not enough beads, and this way I can easily see what I have and what I don't have. Oops, need a few more of those. I think that's gonna be enough. Not sure what happened here, but these two are already connected to each other. which can work in my advantage or not. The makeup. So what I'm doing right now is just putting beads onto these, what's it called again? Uh, yeah, I forget the names of these like metal findings so often. Headpin and eye pin, I think it is. Headpin is with the flat side, so the ones that I put into my drop beads, so that there's like a flat ending to it, and then the eye pins have a loophole. And I actually bent the wire to make the eyes myself to fix the beads onto the findings, and that's what I'm gonna be doing, I think, the majority of the time that I'm crafting. That's basically what happens most of the time. I end up spending so much time actually putting beads onto pieces of metal, and then the assembling doesn't usually take super long, which is nice. Hello, Amy. Welcome to my live stream, girl. I wasn't sure if you were gonna be able to join. How's your day going? Did you have anything fun to do today? I know you were running errands. I'm not sure if there was anything fun though. And for those of you wondering, yes, Lucky is yet again sleeping over there in her big tower, so I'm not sure if she will be saying hello during the live stream. Yesterday she didn't. She was just sleeping all the time until I was done. And then afterwards, when I was finally ready to go to bed, etc., then she started like making lots of noise and playing with balls that have a rattle in them and stuff. She always makes a lot of noise when we're going to sleep. That's when she becomes most active. It doesn't matter if I'm gonna sleep at 10 or at midnight, she will become active whenever I go to bed. So that's nice. Amy says I had to pay my rent and then sign my new lease. Well, congratulations on the new place. I hope it's gonna be a lot better than where you are right now, because that place sucks. When are you moving? Do you already have a date, etc., or is it just whenever you can? And she says it was just a lot of driving around. That sometimes has to happen as well. Let's see if I have more smaller things that I can attach beads to. Yes, I do. I don't like wasting too much of these metal bits, so I always try and take the ones that are appropriate for the size of my beads, which isn't always easy. I could connect those to these ones. And Amy is moving the last day of November. Okay, that's awesome. For me, it's like weird how much Americans move, because here in Belgium it's like not common at all to move like multiple times a year. Or at least for me it's not common. And for my family. I moved a few times during my life, but it was always like after staying in the same place for a few years. But then again, if you don't have a lot of luck with the place that you're staying at, then I totally understand that you're figuring out a new place to stay, etc. Let's see how we're gonna do this. She says, Amy says, I have just had bad luck with shitty landlords. Yeah, basically. I think so too. A trick that I maybe want to share with you guys is that you can also use these. It's not glued in yet. These types of cabochons or cabochon settings, you can also flip them upside down and actually have your beads hanging from this bit instead of having whatever, having it like this. So you can have your beads here on this end bit, or if you flip it around, you can also have them hanging from here. And that is something that I started to do more and more often, but I'm not sure if I'm going to keep doing that, especially for this project. I want to have like 3 drop beads hanging from the bottom. So I'm first going to see if I can do that. If not, then I'll have to figure out something else to do with it. Let me check if I have some rings in here. Not too many anymore. Hello, Sierra. Welcome to my live stream. I'm doing fine. I was working for my YouTube today, a lot for my YouTube. So there will be a lot of new content for you guys starting next week. That is not Halloween related, of course. How have you been today? Have you done anything fun? Do you have any fun plans for the rest of the weekend? Because I feel like it's already Sunday, but it's only Saturday. It's because we had like a national holiday on Friday. Well, on Thursday, technically, and Friday I stayed home as well. So I am having a really long weekend, and it's super nice for a change. It's not something I usually have or usually do. I usually go to work way too often. And Sierra says, I'm working with my family. What type of job do you do? What kind of work do you have? I work a super boring office job, but it pays rent, and actually, the people I work with are really nice, and it's challenging at times. And that's what I need. I need a challenge at my job. If it's not a challenge, then I will get bored and I will go find something else. So I hope it stays a challenge for a very long time. I do really like my current job. And as you can see, I'm snipping off a tiny bit of metal. And my rule is that if I can put my thumb onto the bead, then I should have enough space for my thumb and not more. Just so the metal bit can fold over and make a loop properly. If you leave too much, then the loop will either be too big or it will just fold over onto the bead and maybe damage the bead. So if you have like the size of a finger above your bead, more or less, then you should be fine to create these rather small hoops. Amy's asking if I teased my hair today. Yes. um, I crimped my hair and then I teased it a little bit, but I did use my glue hairspray, so it kind of stays like this. And I do plan on filming another video later today because my setup is ready, etc. So I will be filming another video today. Um, I'm not gonna tell you what it is yet, but you will see pretty soon on my channel. But yeah, I'm really excited about filming some more, especially now that I have my setup figured out with the settings on my camera, which was like the biggest struggle ever. And I finally invested in a few bits that were like not expensive at all, but I just never um, wanted to invest in them because I found it pointless. But now that I have them, I'm realizing how stupid it was not to invest in those pieces. Um, Hey Shaker says hello, hello, and welcome to my live stream. Jossie says, please teach me how to crimp and tease my hair. I recently got a crimping iron and I have no idea how to use it. There is actually already a video on my channel on how I get my big hair, and I am 99.9% sure that I use my hair crimper in that video. And Amy is asking, would they let you have crimped hair at work? Yes, if I don't tease it, then it's no issue. I have had crimped hair to my work a few times already, mostly because, well, I film on weekends, so I wash my hair on Fridays most of the time or Saturday, and then I will crimp it either on Saturday afternoon or on Sunday whenever I'm filming. And then on Monday I will go to work, but I will brush it out. So you will still see that it is crimped, but it will not be as massive as it is right now because now I have hair powder in it, I have teased it, I have hairspray in it. But if I start brushing it all out, it doesn't really fall that big. It falls, if I straighten it a bit like this, more or less, which is okay, which is acceptable for my workplace, fortunately. I'm trying to see how I'm gonna connect these pieces. I might still go for that bottom bead thing. And Amy's gonna laugh at me for what I'm gonna take to drink. But But I'm drinking Monster again. It's my first can today. But like, this is my addiction. It's terrible, and I know it. But it's the first non-water drink I'm having today. Um, Sarah Dowden asks, "Hey, how was your Halloween?" It was a lot of fun. I was at a zombie event on Halloween, so I did makeups for zombies, and I was a zombie myself. And yeah, it was just amazing. And normally, I'm getting the footage of that event because they did record with body cams and with other webcams, etc., that were in the place. So I am getting the footage. I'm not sure when, but if I have it, I might just do like a short clip snippets of that evening, um, because it was a lot of fun. We were able to do, well, I was able to do the zombie makeup on except one zombie on every single one of them. And then the main zombie that was used to do like storytelling with was also mine. Well, it's my boyfriend, so he is mine. But yeah, it was a lot of fun on Halloween. It was super late too. Like it started at 6, and it would have ended at 2 at night. But something, well, the players weren't really doing what they had to do, so it got slowed down a little bit. But it's okay. It happens at such events. When you have like storytelling and people having to figure things out, it can always like slow down a little bit. Let me check the comments. Amy says I got to be volumizing powder, and that stuff will stay in my hair until I wash it. Yes, it will. It does work super good though. I think that volume powder is something super underrated for doing hairstyles. Not many people know about it, strangely enough. And for me, it's one of the best things to get volume to stay in my hair, or using dry shampoo. But I find that dry shampoo is too white most often on my hair because I have dyed black hair. And even the ones that are not tinted or claim not to be tinted do leave some residue in my hair. And then the brown ones are just, yeah, that, no, they just don't work for me. Let's see. So now I've attached these beads to the cameo setting, and I'm actually really liking the way it's looking. So it's dark green beads here on the sides with a tiny black one on top, and here I have a tiny green one with a black one at the bottom. And I see that this thing is kind of crooked, so I'm gonna bend it. There, that's a lot better already. So yeah, this is what I have already right now. Amy is, I have a red. Amy says that she has a Red Bull right now. I don't like Red Bull actually. I don't like the taste of it. It's not something that I particularly like. I much prefer Monster, and especially this one because it tastes like Fanta, and Fanta is one of my favorite drinks. So. Where's my glue? If any of you craft as well and you're looking for some good glue, E6000. It's the best thing ever. I use it for almost everything. Even if I'm like putting things on clothing, I might be using E6000 because often it works better than the fabric glue I'm using. You only need a teeny tiny bit out of it. So what I do is I just squeeze it until there's like a tiny bubble of glue onto it. And then I will just stroke the bubble of glue onto the cabochon that I'm using. And usually that's enough. If I do it like 1 or 2 tiny strokes, that will be plenty. And sometimes it doesn't really come off as well. There we go. Jossie can confirm that E6000 is amazing. And Amy's asking, have you ever got it on your fingers? Yes, of course I have. I have... in the room next to us is like, it's not a basement, it's like a storage room more or less. And I have a entire bottle of paint thinner. I'm not sure what it's called. It's something very, very toxic, but you can use it to remove glue from your fingers. And the main reason I keep it next door is because it happens to me way too often. So now that I pushed in The cabbage hand setting is going to stay in here really nicely. Um, so now we're going to continue making the actual chain that's going to be hanging from it. And I want to use some smaller beads and then have two um, bigger green accent beads. I think that's going to work well for this project. So we're going to attach those already. And I have my tablet next to me. Like if someone is wondering why I'm looking over to that side, it's because my tablet's over there. Should I get any messages that I can see them? There we go. That's part one of it. I'm gonna put back all of these other cabbage hands. I'm a mess when I craft. I will take out things, put them back, and then work a little bit, and then maybe keep them or put them back again, and it just ends up being a mess. Especially here, because I have space to put everything. If I'm working on my desk, I can kind of contain it. Because my desk is not super big, well, the work surface is not super big. My desk itself is huge. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you guys have any other plans for your Saturday evenings? I'll be crafting here as long as it takes me, or as long as I feel like staying here, which will probably be about an hour in total, I think, maybe a little bit more, depending. Was any of you on yesterday's live stream? Because yesterday's live stream was a little bit different for what I usually do. It was a kind of get to know me live stream because I got a lot of new subscribers recently, and I kind of wanted to have them know who I am. Um, and I did answer a bunch of questions that were asked, so it was really fun. And I might be doing another tag video on my channel soon as well. So if you guys have any tag videos that you think might be good for me to do on my channel, you can always let me know. I'm trying to get these beaded as fast as possible. That's why I'm not talking so much. Trying to concentrate with the accent on try. Oh crap. So yeah, when I cut off those metal bits, they just, most of the time I can kind of like break them off a little bit while cutting them off, and I will just collect them on a part of the working desk. But sometimes they fly away, and the best trick to get those back is just ignore them and wait until my cat finds them, because Lucky will always find those tiny bits and pieces, and she will start playing with it, and then you can just pick them up because you know where they are. But right now she's sleeping again. When I was setting up earlier for filming YouTube videos, she actually jumped onto the chair, which she actually does quite often. She likes to be like where I'm working, where I am. Even if I'm filming, she likes to be around, but she doesn't like to be like next to me. She will be sitting underneath the chair. She will be sitting. I have this like kind of side table thing, and she will be in the side table, which you guys don't see if I'm filming because I put either a makeup mirror on top of it or the props that I'm using for a video, or if I'm talking about my hair dye, the hair dye will most likely be on that table. Speaking about hair dye, I recently had to change hair dyes, and I'm so disappointed. I'm gonna make a video about it because I want to kind of warn you guys. Oops, that flew really far away. Because where I usually buy the Garnier Olia hair dye, they stopped having it. So suddenly it was no longer available. And when I went there, I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, I asked the girl from the store, like, why did you stop carrying that hair dye? She was like, oh, it's been discounted. We are stopping it. The brand is not stopping it. It doesn't sell enough. I was like, what? It's literally the best hair dye, and I've been using it for 4 years already. So I took another type of oil-based hair dye that says that it's really nourishing. It's one by Sios that I picked up, and it's really terrible. Like I haven't had this dry hair in a very long time, and I know it's not related to the weather, etc. Because I have really long, thick, greasy-ish hair. My hair tends to be very oily very fast, and it's something I've always had. My hair has not been this dry in years. My boyfriend has this flask of oil that he uses for his beard, etc., and also for his regular hair. And I usually don't touch that stuff because it's just too greasy for me. And now I had to put it on my hair because my hair was just dying. So I found the Olia Garnier hair dye again, and I'm really debating to dye my hair a second time in a really short amount of time. But like my hair is dead right now, or it feels dead at least. And I'm even looking into those really healthy, like conditioning hair masks, which I usually never use, and I don't need them usually. It's really stressful. Like I want my hair to be in as good condition as possible, but it's very hard. There we go. So I have smaller beads and then one larger green bead in the middle. Um, Chelsea is also saying something about hair dye. I have to look for new hair dye in Belgium because I just use a powder that I mix with conditioner and water and it doesn't have a brand name, so I have no idea how to find it. Okay. Well, if it doesn't have a brand, it's very hard to find out what it is or where you can find it indeed. There is henna powder here. I'm not sure which colors that you use on your hair, but there is black henna and other colors as well. When I used to have red in my hair, I used to use, what was it called? I can't remember. Crazy color. But also Arctic Fox is super good. So I'm not sure if those brands have the colors that you need, but they're really accessible here. I'm not gonna say they're cheap, but they're accessible. And I can hear Lucky snoring over here. Let's see if I can get this through the way I want it. Yes. No, it's not gonna hang nicely. But I used to use henna, black henna as well, to dye my hair. Thing was that for me it didn't work as well. And then I started using the Olia stuff, and I've been using it ever since. And I must say, like, if I'm happy with a product, I will just keep on using it. Let me see how that looks. Yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. Okay, other side. And I was gonna work on my Etsy orders, but then I looked at it and I saw that I already had everything pre-made for them. So I'm not gonna make nose to ear chains today, I think. I don't feel like doing it, so there we go. Let's have a look. So this is what we have so far. So the rose and then black and green beads. And I'm not sure how long I want it to be if it's no. I like my necklaces on the shorter side, so a little bit like this I think would be perfect. Um, I think I'm gonna leave this one rather simple. So most of the time, what I will do if it's just a necklace for me or that I don't plan on selling, is that I will just do the beads that are invisible, and then I will not bead the backside of the necklace, but I will put chain there just to connect the pieces together, which actually works pretty well. And most of the time, you don't end up seeing it anyways, so it doesn't really matter too much. The only thing I have to take care of is that I measure it out. If it will work. So let's see how this works and how long I'm gonna make it. More or less like this. Again, if it's for myself, I don't measure anything. I just put it on, decide on the length I like, and replicate on the other side. And it's honestly the fastest way. And one trick that I use to make sure that my pieces of chain are the same length is just taking a pin, so a head pin or a eye pin, it doesn't really matter too much, and poke it through the chains that you want to make the same length, so you can have them hanging, and then it's just really easy to follow how long you have to cut it. There we go. Let's do this one. And on bigger chains, I do ply them open and back. But on small chains, I just cut off the bits that I don't need. I'm going to quickly check if this is all the same chain. Yes, it is. I'm going to need some bigger chain to make the hoops stick. Oh, I have some hoops. Awesome. Amy says your stream froze on me. It's okay now. Okay. Well, it happens sometimes because the computer I'm working on is a laptop and it's not a direct connection to the internet. So sometimes it happens that the connection goes away a little bit and then comes back. Okay, so it's happened to a lot of people. Okay. I hope that people who want to join again will join again. Otherwise, it's going to be a very quiet, calm live stream, which I don't mind, but it's nice having people around when you're working on projects. Usually, when I work on my beat projects, either my boyfriend is watching television or is working on something else as well. So I'm never actually alone while working on things. Uh, Amy's asking, what's on your hoodie, Rob Zombie? It's a rather old Rob Zombie hoodie. I know Killstar just released a Rob Zombie collection, and yes, I do want quite a few of the things that were in the collection, but not right now. I think I'm gonna wait until they have a promotion or a sale going on to buy the things that I really want. There's actually just two things that I really want. One is the cropped hoodie that I already have the plain version of, but this one has skeleton print, and anything skeleton print is like yes to me. So I'm definitely gonna order that one someday. I'm not sure when exactly, but I will order it eventually. And then they also have this really nice messenger bag with a kind of spider web inspired thing on it, which looks really cool. And actually, just recently, my work bag broke. Well, it didn't break. Okay, so we're gonna talk about how clumsy I am right now. We didn't have any pre-made coffee mixed drinks at home, so it's like cafe latte and cappuccinos, etc. It's cold coffee drinks. Um, so we didn't have pre-made ones that are closed in a container that is sealed. So I decided to make my own and take it with me into what I thought was a sealed mug. So a mug with like a thing that you press in it so it will stay shut. Thing is, the mug that I took was the wrong mug, and it was not one that stayed shut out of its own. It's just one that closes, but it's not super secure. So when I got to work, my entire bag was filled with coffee and milk drink. So I had to throw out almost everything that was in my bag of paper tissues. My pen was completely soaked and disgusting, and it didn't even write anymore. So I let my bag dry out, but since it's like this fake leather, it actually took the smell of like spoiled milk. And I've washed it by hand, so in the tub with washing product, etc. I even put a piece of soap, like a plain piece of soap, in the bag so it could absorb that smell, but it still smells like spoiled milk. Also, I've had that bag for like 2 to 3 years, and I use it almost every single day to go to work, so it is quite damaged already. It's still usable if it wouldn't smell like spoiled milk. So I had to throw it out. Unfortunately, it was just too bad to be saved. So I'm still looking into a new bag for work, and I think if I'm getting the Rob Zombie one from the Killstar collection, the messenger bag, I think that would be perfect. Because my job does allow me to take alternative bags to work. They don't really care too much, which is nice. So on that side note, I'm gonna attach the clasp to this necklace. And Amy says it's nice that it's a zip up hoodie. Yes, and that is the main reason why I'm always wearing it. Literally, I wear it every single day, and when it gets dirty, I put it in laundry. And the day it's dried out of the laundry, I will put it on again. Mainly because it has a zip. Because when I do like complicated outfits, etc., or makeups, and I have to pull something over my head, then just no. I don't mind getting makeup on this one because it is so old and because I don't really mind it getting dirty. But I do mind my outfits getting dirty if I wear them. So right now I have the outfit that I was wearing for my video still on. So I have this like spider web thing on with a black dress, which you will see in my next video. But it's super practical that I can just throw it on afterwards. Because, well, it's okay then. That was lucky. Because it's fall going on winter here, it's getting colder at night. It's already freezing at night. So I prefer having a hoodie that I can just simply put on. Oops. Let's check how this looks. Pretty good. So this is the shortest I can have it. I'm gonna see how it looks a little bit longer. Yeah, I think that's pretty. Yep. So this is the necklace that I just made during this live stream. Yay! I'm still gonna be a little bit more patient because E6000 glue has to dry for 24 hours normally. So yeah. Oops. I'm gonna take it off and put it on the thing over there, the neck, and put it inside so you guys can see it. This thing is a lifesaver for me. Whenever I'm crafting on something, I just put it on this thing to see how it looks, and it just falls nicely without me having to actually wear it and see how it falls, etc. How long have I been here? 47 minutes. We can still make something else. Let me quickly check. Oops. If you guys have a suggestion of something I could still make during this live stream, go ahead and ask away. And Amy's asking, are you making a custom piece? Everything I make is custom, as in I don't make the exact same thing twice. Well, most of the time. I have a few necklaces that I did make multiples of, but nowadays I stopped doing that because people want unique one-of-a-kind pieces. So I make unique one-of-a-kind pieces, which I enjoy more, honestly, because it's always fun to make something. So this one is just, I think I'm going to keep it, to be honest, unless someone really wants it. But most of the time, people will be very interested in it. And then when I put it up for sale, no one buys it, which is normal. I mean, it happens. I have another Etsy order that I think I can quickly make just to keep myself occupied. Oops. Was it clasp or jumping attachment? Single chain clasp. Let's take it out. Perfect. Josie says, I also prefer making one-of-a-kind pieces. I get bored when I need to make the same thing over and over again. Yeah, I have that with my nose chains very often, that I'm like, oh god, do I have to make the same thing over and over again? But then again, people order it, so I make it for them, so it doesn't really bother me that much. And then Hey Shaker asks, do you ever make those bands that go on your head? Not sure what they're called. Funny that you ask, because I showed one at the start of the live stream. Because in my previous live stream, I think it was Amy who was suggesting that I should make one. And because I'm not so attached to my gold stuff, I made a gold one. So let me figure out how this falls because I'm not really used to it. So I made this one. I will quickly pop it on my head. It doesn't look as good with these hair because my hair just is fluffy all over. So this is one of those headpiece things. I do really like it, although I'm not a fan of gold, but it just worked out with the pieces that I had laying around. But I do make these, but I don't really sell them. Um, it turned out really pretty. Yes, I know. I love the beads that I use, but like, I only have these beads in a gold setting, so I have to find the same silver settings in order to make silver things with them. Because silver is a color that I wear, but I also think with a fringe, it looks on me at least, it looks a bit weird, and with my glasses, it just hits against them here. Um, Amy says, market it to people into fantasy pieces. Yes, maybe someday. I'm not good at marketing my stuff. I'm always like, but I'm not that good. Well, I have become very good at making nose to ear chains. That's something that I know because I have seen a lot of nose to ear chains recently, and a lot of them are really butched and really not so good made. Let me check. I'm gonna use one of my other ones. I don't have my reference sheet with me, so I'm just gonna use another chain for reference for the length that I need. The chain ones are the most accurate ones since I just cut the chain to length that I need. And the smallest one. Yep, that's the length I need, I think. 93. A bit too long. But yeah, for the people wondering, my nose to ear chains are my most sold item, and especially the regular chain ones. So the single chains are very popular, and the double chain ones. The triple chains not as much, but they're also made out of a smaller type of chain than the regular ones are. So maybe it's because of that. But I personally really do like those. The ones I wear most are the spike ones. I just really love how dramatic they look immediately. Like when you put one of those spike ones on, it's just like in your face and very noticeable. I did wear the chain and with a ankh one to a party recently where it was Egyptian themed, and I got a lot of compliments on it. And afterwards, I got an order of two of them from a girl who was at that evening. That was super nice. And yeah, a lot of people for Halloween who order nose to ear chains because they want to dress up as a goth, which is totally fine. I mean, it is what it is. So this is just a chain, nose to ear chain that you put in your ear and then attach to your nose. It's the most basic ones I have, but they are really nice. Oh, and I actually had the sheet with the measurements here. I'm gonna quickly check if I made it the right size or too big or too small. No, it's perfect. If you make something like a bunch of times, you know what to do to make it or recreate it, especially those nose to ear chains. There we go. That way I know that it's from one of my open orders. And Shaker says that he likes those chains too. Oh, okay. Wasn't aware so many people really like those head chains. I did have one a long, long time ago with spikes. So it had like this beaded piece here in the middle and then a big spike. And then on the sides, I had a combination of bigger and smaller spikes, with the biggest ones being above like the ears, more or less. So it was really cool one. I'm not sure who I gave it to. I gave it to a friend of mine in the end because it didn't sell. But maybe that's also because I didn't really market towards it to sell it, etc. I think that's the biggest mistake that I do is that I don't really like promote the things that I make, etc. But on the other hand, I want to keep my jewelry business or business online store as small as possible. because it's already hard combining my full-time job with YouTube and then also making the jewelry. Sometimes it can be rough, but like, Hey Shaker says, I mean, I like how they look on other people. Don't wear jewelry myself. Okay, I get that. I do like how they look on most people. Like Jossie, who is Jossie, Ayami, yes, Ayami. She has gorgeous ones, and I do not recreate what other people make. I will only make things that I I figure out how to combine parts, etc. But I do really like what she makes, and I might just order one if she's moved to Belgium or ask for one, or that she teaches me how to make good ones because I think this one came out pretty, but mainly because of the big red beads. But I like the ones that she has that have like multiple beads, etc. So yeah, maybe someday if we craft together, then I can see how she makes them and make one for myself or get one from her. I like supporting fellow creative people. I don't like just recreating stuff for myself. Not what I do. Um, Let me check my crafting supplies. Or something else. Oh, that's sweet, Jossie. Thank you. So Jossie's saying me I can teach you how to make them. That's really awesome. That's really sweet of you. Let's have a look if something sparks my interest. I have this really gorgeous filigree piece that I got as a one-off piece, and I wanted to make a necklace with it, and then I just never got to making that necklace. And now I have this filigree piece. I have a bunch of parts and projects that I started but never finished, and I think that's like typical about creative people. So, like for example, this was gonna be a pair of earrings. I have the other one somewhere, and the only thing I did was add a black bead, and then I never did anything else with it. So, welcome to my life. Being creative can be both a curse and a blessing. um, Amy asks, are you ever going to make anything that is more for Rivet Head or Cyber Gods? A lot of your stuff is very romantic, God. I do like the look, personally, more of elegant things. So filigree and beads on top of things, etc. So I would not know how to make something more Cyber God with these pieces. That's the main issue, I think. Um, I don't think a cyber god would wear a beaded necklace. Um, and also for rivet heads, I'm not sure how I could make things, but if you have any recommendations or any suggestions or any things that you would like to see me make, you can always ask me for it. That's what happens most of the time with custom necklaces. It's just someone who comes to me and who asks me, can you make this type of necklace? They send me a few pictures, and then I will create my own design based off of those, show it to them, and eventually make the necklace. I have this bone necklace for Cindy that I'm going to be working on with this piece of bone that I just recently cleaned. It's still drying, that's why I'm not making the necklace yet. But yeah, I can make a lot of things, but it's very hard sometimes to go further than the things that you're already making. Also material wise, like I'm not sure how I would start on a cyber goth necklace out of beads. I used to do like beaded, how do they call it, macrame beads? I'm not sure what it's called. When you basically take some transparent, it's not fishing line, it's beading wire or beading line, and you go through the beads and you create designs that way. I used to do that, but it was extremely time consuming, and people weren't paying the price for the amount of hours that it took. So I just stopped making those. I have a few that I give to friends and family for holidays, and only when I feel inspired to make those. But most of the time, I will just make things out of beads and metal bits, etc. And I make necklaces that I would personally wear. And since my style is a bit all over the place, but mostly, well, what is my style? It's hard to say. But like colors, etc. For example, I can't make those myself. I can't work with leather and just stud things. Well, I can stud things, but like work with leather is very hard. Also very expensive. If you want decent quality leather or fake leather, you have to pay a lot for it. just to get a starting materials, etc. But maybe someday I could, if I find a good supplier, etc. But yeah, I think I'm gonna pack up my beads and maybe start working on another video. If you guys have any videos that you really want to see on my channel, feel free to let me know, because today is my filming day. I'm gonna work on at least 2 more videos today, so I have pre-made videos ready for you guys to go. No, I will not look the exact same in every single video. I will look the same in 2 videos, but it's for a specific reason. You'll see. It's something I'm super excited about. But I want to do one video in which you probably won't even see my face. And Amy knows maybe what I'm going to work on. Hey Shaker says, I must go visit my friends. Goodbye, Arfia, and everyone. Nice seeing you again. Yes, thank you so much for passing by. Hey Shaker, I'm gonna probably go in a few minutes as well. So thank you so much for coming by and saying hi. It was a lot of fun, and I made a few things again today, which is nice. But the other ones still around, if you still have anything you want me to talk about, or that you want to recommend me to do, or if there's something you want to see on my YouTube channel, feel free to let me know, because I'm always very curious to what you guys want to see. I do have like a massive list of videos that I want to make, and if I can one day make all of those videos, I think I'm gonna be 50 or 60. Because I just always have so many video ideas, and some work, some don't work as well. But today has been a really big step forward for me personally and my YouTube, because I finally know how to film on manual mode. Like, it wasn't super difficult, but still, it took a lot of time to figure out and to experiment with and to set everything up, etc. And there's weekends on which I don't have the time to take my time and set everything up and go through manual mode and set everything until it's perfect. But today I did, and I'm very happy I did. The magic thing to actually fix 99% of the problems I was having with my manual mode was a, what's it called? A gray card? Let me grab that for you, because I'm not sure if everyone knows what it is, but it's a miracle thing. And here I am again. So for me, 2 essentials that I will always use when I'm filming is, first of all, a remote, because I don't have anyone who helps me when I'm filming. And then the second thing that I only got today, but that has made like the massivest difference, is this thing. It's a gray card, and on this side it's like the gray card, so it's a specific color of gray and then this white grid in the middle. And basically what you do, you use this for setting your white balance. So you're not using the auto white balance, which is like all over the place, can make you very orange or very blue. And this will make sure that you are true to color and that the contrast is right, because it sets itself onto the white, the gray, and the black of the test picture that you make with this. And then the other side is basically just white, and you can use this as a reflector screen, which I kind of tried a few things with it earlier, but it didn't really turn out the way I wanted it, mainly because I'm not used to using a reflector screen. Like, you can immediately see like the difference of the light in my face, but like, it's a cool thing. It's a cool gadget to have. You can find these very cheap online. I think I've seen them on Amazon and on eBay for $10 or €10 at least. I paid 20 for mine. But it's mainly because I bought it from a like official store that had next day delivery, because I'm impatient and I wanted it. So I have it now, and it's actually really practical. It also folds up, like if you twist it, oops, you can get it into a tiny bag. But I think I'm gonna leave it like open most of the time, because I have space to put it. I actually have somewhere when I want to put it up, I can put it onto one of my lighting stands and just have it always open. But this thing has made the hugest difference for filming videos. Anyhow, there's not really people reacting to me anymore, so I think I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna work on some more videos, chill a little bit more, and I will see you very, very soon. It is possible that I might go live again later today or somewhere tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. I will, as always, announce it on my Instagram. Instagram is where you should check to know if I'm going live or not. And I will usually announce it at least a few hours in advance. So that's the place to go. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I hope you are all having an amazing weekend, and I will see you very soon. Bye bye.